Hello guys, so today our topic is glycine metabolism. So as you all know, when we talk of metabolism of amino acid, the first one that we talk about is glycine. So now let me tell you the three basic things about glycine. So beat number one is, I hope this is visible. Okay. So number one is, it is the simplest amino acid. Number two is, it is non-essential amino acid. And number three, it is glucogenic in nature. That is, glycine can be converted into glucose. So here when we see the basic structure of the amino acid, that is NH2, CH, R group, and COOH, R1, that is alkyl group. Okay, so now here in place of R group we have hydrogen. So that is NH2, CH2, COOH, that is termed as glycine. Here it can be NH3 plus and COO minus. So it all depends on how you see it. So this is the structure of glycine, and this is the basic amino acid. Basic amino acid, or the simplest amino acid, because the R group here is hydrogen, and which is the smallest group, right? So now as we know that glycine has only one alkyl side chain, so it can fit into hydrophilic and hydrophobic, as it can exist in the zwitterion form, that is COO minus NH3 plus, it can form a zwitterion. So therefore due to one alkyl side chain, it can fit into both hydrophobic and hydrophilic nature. So let us write down here, one alkyl side chain therefore can fit into hydrophilic and hydrophobic, as it exists as zwitterions. Alright. So now let's move to the preparation of glycine. So preparation of glycine. Okay. So when I talk of preparation, there are four things that we need to look at. So glycine can be prepared from, let me write glycine in the middle, and let me write this in a form of a chart, so that this will be easy for you to understand and also learn. So now the one way which I know is CO2, NH3 and 1 carbon unit. So this is how glycine is formed from CO2, NH3 and 1 carbon unit by the help of enzyme glycine synthase. It is a multi-enzyme complex by which it is formed. Multi-enzyme complex. In multi-enzyme complex there is NAD plus pyridoxal phosphate, lipoamide, methyl THFA, that is methyl trihydrofolic acid. So here the glycine is formed from the CO2, NH3 and 1 carbon unit via glycine synthase from the enzyme, that is glycine synthase, which is a multi-enzyme complex which has NAD, lipoamide, pyridoxal phosphate, sorry, this is THFA and not methyl THFA, that is trihydrofolic acid, and vitamin B6 and B9. B9 is THFA, right? So this is how one way of preparation of the glycine. So now let me underline this glycine synthase, which would be easier for me in the later stage to recall. Okay, so this is one of the ways. And now let me tell you, this reaction is reversible reaction, right? So the glycine cleavage system here makes it reversible from glycine to CO2, NH3 and 1 carbon unit. And here the 1 carbon unit, let me mention, is N5 N10 methyl THFA. So now what this 1 carbon N5 N10 methyl THFA does is it gives the 1 carbon to the glycine. Now here we see that CO2 has 1 carbon, whereas the glycine is a 2 carbon compound, right? It is 2 carbon compound. So how this 1 carbon is added? That is via the methyl THFA. So this gives 1 carbon to form glycine. So this is clear now. So now the next how the glycine is formed is via serine, right? This is also a reversible reaction. So here the serine combines with THFA and gives out the N5 N10 methyl THFA, right? So the N5 N10 methyl THFA, what it does, it eliminates 1 carbon here. How? Because this is a 3 carbon molecule. Now the N5 N10 methyl THFA eliminates 1 carbon because here we are removing the N5 N10 methyl THFA and here we are adding THFA. So this is how the enzyme here responsible is serine hydroxymethyl transferase, and here the same enzyme serine hydroxymethyl transferase. So now again we have this enzyme serine hydroxymethyl transferase, right? So here we have dealt with 2 things how the glycine is formed. Now the third one to form the glycine is via threonine. So now via threonine how the glycine is formed, the enzyme is known as threonine aldolase. Here we are not going into a very detailed form because it is not important. So now we have the 3 ways of how glycine can be formed, and the last one is via glyoxylate. Glycine can be converted to glyoxylate and glyoxylate can be back converted to glycine, right? So glyoxylate is also a 2 carbon compound. Now the glycine from glyoxylate, glycine is formed via glycine alanine transferase, and the glycine can form glyoxylate by glycine oxidase. So this is also a reversible reaction. So these are the 4 ways of how glycine is formed via 4 different compounds. Sorry, there is some wind blowing. Okay.